please subscribe, share, and also comment below because we want to keep this conversation going. Today I have something that is really near and dear to my heart, and that is this article that I saw in the JW Library the other day. The article is titled, "What God Has Yoked Together." Now, my backstory, I grew up Jehovah's Witness. I was an elder's daughter. My mother was an auxiliary pioneer. I was a regular pioneer at one point, literally right before I got disfellowshipped. And always been that it couple, that it family in the congregation. My family was that family that, you know what, if you were sick or in need, we were right there on the double to help you out. We were right there to help you out. We were right there with food, whatever you need. Brother Emery and Sister Emery and the Emerys were there for you. And what I can honestly say is what we were inside the organization is not what we were inside the household. There was really no love. It was really emotionally abusive, never physical abuse, but emotional abuse throughout my life. So, but if you grew up Jehovah's Witness, you also know that the men can kind of get away with whatever they want to. So therefore, this emotional abuse is kind of, for the most part, at least from what I can see, most of us have had some type of emotional abuse because we were supposed to be servants to our head of the household. We were under the head, and that's where the head coverings come from. I remember distinctly when I was about 13, 14, or 15. We were going through a pretty difficult time, and at this time, this is when my mother decided to go get a job. Now, mind you, this is in the early 90s. My mother did not work. She was a stay-at-home mom for all of our lives to this point. And I'm coming up on 15, so this had to be like 95. And she sat there and asked my dad, could she get a job? Mind you, me and my sister can see what's going on. We're hungry. Things aren't getting paid. Things aren't completely off yet. Like the utilities aren't off, but this was a pretty difficult time in my family's life. And my dad said no. And whatever. The kids need a babysitter. Now, I'm 15 years old. I know not to touch the oven. I know how to come home, unlock the door, cook whatever I need to cook. I know how to fry eggs, or at least take care of me and my sister, who was at least 12 at the time. And I'm not dumb, okay? But my dad felt we needed a babysitter. And this is when I could see when the emotional abuse was starting to take place and how my dad was treating my mom. This is when I could actually see and comprehend what was going on. So, as time went through, my mom ended up getting a job, just working for a sister on the side. So she was still home for us, but while we were at school, she was still working for somebody else. And still bringing in money into the house, and we got on our feet, what have you. Still a pretty challenging time, but we're at least a little bit better than we were, which is awesome, right? Okay. And I could see how, I started seeing and noticing how my dad was treating my mom. And I remember looking at my mom and say, you don't have to take that. He's supposed to love you, and that's not love. Why don't you get a divorce? And she said, God has yoked us together. No man can tear us apart. I had to stay in a relationship that's unpleasing to Jehovah. Now, mind you, I can see the pain, the hurt, all of this that women carry is on her. No, he never hit her physically, but emotionally, she wasn't herself. So when I saw this article in the Watchtower today called, or that day, excuse me, what God has yoked together, I started reading it. And I was out and about with some friends, and all of a sudden this just took my whole attention, to the point where I had somebody else drive my car to get us to where we were going so I could read this article. And today we're going to go through that article, because in this article it literally tells women two things. One, if he cheats on you, you still have to stay. And I'll go through the article with you. And two, even if the man is hitting you, some Christian women still stay. We'll get through that in a second.